Today, we're diving into something really powerful. 30 simple habits, pulled from our source material, that can absolutely, completely transform your life without you barely even noticing. Let's get right into it.
You know that feeling, right? Where you're just reacting, you're going through the motions, and then you get to the end of the day and you're like, wait, where did all that time go? The material we're digging into today really gets this, and it suggests that taking back control isn't about some massive, dramatic life overhaul.
And this is the whole game right here. Real lasting change doesn't come from that one huge, heroic effort that just leaves you exhausted. No, it comes from the small, almost invisible things you do every single day. These are the quiet habits that stack up over time to create absolutely massive results.
So, where do we start? Well, it all starts right here, inside your own head. Before you can change anything you do, you've got to change the way you think. This first batch of habits is all about winning that inner game and finally getting a handle on your internal monologue.
I absolutely love this quote from our source because it just reframes the whole idea of gratitude perfectly. This isn't some cheesy, feel-good thing. It's a practical tool. It's literally brain training. You're forcing your mind to scan for the positive instead of automatically jumping to what's wrong. It is such a powerful shift.
Think of these simple actions as building a fortress for your mind. Writing just one sentence of gratitude that retrains your focus. And yeah, saying positive affirmations in the mirror might feel a little weird at first, but it's about reprogramming that voice in your head. Learning to say no builds your defenses, and cutting out negativity, that's just weeding the garden. Each one is a small brick, but together they build some serious mental strength. Okay, so once your mindset is dialed in, it's time to translate all those good thoughts into actual, effective action. This next section is all about creating simple systems that make it easy to get things done, and finally stop procrastinating.
The million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, it's a battle so many of us fight every single day. Well, our source offers an answer that's so simple, you might not even believe it works, but it claims it's a total game changer.
And here it is, the 2-minute rule. Think about it. Answering that one email, putting one dish in the dishwasher, hanging up your coat. Individually, they're nothing, right? But together, man, they create all this mental noise and clutter. By just doing them immediately, you're not just clearing your to-do list, you're building momentum. You're becoming the kind of person who just takes action.
Just let that sink in for a second. The claim here is that this one tiny habit destroyed procrastination. Not helped it, not reduced it, destroyed it. That's the power of this shift. It stops all those tiny tasks from piling up into that overwhelming monster we all dread. It really does tackle procrastination at its very root.
Now for the bigger tasks, our source points to the Pomodoro technique. This is brilliant because it makes those huge, scary projects feel manageable. See, the idea isn't to work for 8 hours straight. Who can do that? It's about these short, focused sprints, and the real magic is in those built-in breaks. It respects how your brain actually works, which helps you stay focused without getting totally burned out.
Okay, so you've got the mindset, you've got the productivity system, but what happens if you're just tired all the time? None of that other stuff matters if you're running on empty. This section is all about the simple habits that fuel both your body and your mind.
Just look at the contrast on this slide. It's so stark. On the left, that's the result of bad energy habits. You know, the sugar crash that kills your afternoon, the brain fog, the restless nights. But on the right, that's what happens with just a few tiny changes. Stable energy, mental sharpness, and as the source puts it, feeling reborn after just a few nights of, say, putting your phone away before bed. And get this, the time commitment we're talking about here is minuscule. Just 2 minutes. That's it. 2 minutes of stretching every hour can completely counteract hours of sitting down. It gets your blood flowing, it wakes up your body, and it keeps your mind alert. It's such a tiny investment for a huge return on your energy.
And here are a few more really high-impact energy boosters from the source. Drinking water first thing, it's like a jump start for your whole system. Stepping outside for 10 minutes, our source calls it free therapy, and honestly, that's what it feels like. We already know how crucial that screen time rule is, and eating one more vegetable a day, it doesn't get simpler than that. None of these are hard, but man, together, they're transformative.
Now let's talk about your surroundings. The source makes this really powerful connection. A messy space equals a messy mind. And it's so true, isn't it? This section is all about deliberately designing your physical space and your digital space to help you succeed, not to sabotage you.
These 3 habits are so effective. So, making your bed, look, it's not really about having a neat room.
It's about starting your day by completing a task. It's your first win. Decluttering one thing a day keeps you from getting overwhelmed, and it creates so much physical and mental space. And cutting one digital distraction a week, that's you actively taking back your most valuable asset, your focus.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground here. Mindset, productivity, energy, your environment. But with all these powerful habits, where do you even start? How do you do this without feeling completely overwhelmed? Honestly, this might be the most important part of all. And that is a totally fair question. When you see a list of 30 habits, yeah, it can feel like you're staring up at a giant mountain. But the whole philosophy here isn't about doing everything all at once. It's about taking that very, very first step. And here is the secret. Don't pick the hardest habit. Don't try to change 10 things about your life by tomorrow. Just pick one, the smallest one, the one that feels almost too easy. Drink that glass of water when you wake up. Stretch for 2 minutes. Make your bed. That single easy win, that is the first domino. You just need to flick that first one, and you'll be amazed at how the others start to fall. And I want to leave you with this really powerful idea from our source material. This is not about a perfect, flawless transformation overnight. It's just about progress. It's about being 1% better today than you were yesterday. Because if you can do that, day after day, well, that's how these quiet little habits lead to a life you never even thought was possible. So what's your 1% going to be today?